All right, guys, we get a lot of questions on how a suit should fit. Now, there's no right way, but there's definitely wrong ways. You guys are investing in a custom suit, so you want it to fit very nice and you want it to look nice and tailored. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually take a look at some of the common questions that we get about how the suit should fit. We're gonna start with the jacket. So this is Nick here. He's actually wearing one of our custom black suits that he designed. So with custom suiting, it's very, very important to get the shoulder right. With off-the-rack suits, with rentals, there's a one-size-fits-all, but the problem is that it doesn't fit all. So what we're really looking for here with these shoulders is that it ends at the shoulder point and is not hanging way off the shoulder, and it's not creating too much tension across the back. It shouldn't be tight across the back, but it shouldn't have shoulder pads hanging off the edge either. So at Grotto, we like a very natural shoulder pad. It creates a very natural look and it gets away from that boxy look that everybody hates from the 80s. So the shoulder is something that you really can't alter. Got to get it right. Going custom is the best way to do that. So from the shoulders, the next kind of question we get is sleeve length. A lot of times people think their sleeve lengths are too short because they're not wearing a shirt underneath. What we're really aiming for is about a half, 3/4 of an inch of shirt underneath that jacket, which means if you're not wearing a shirt, it should actually sit a little bit higher. We aim for about a 1/2 of an inch above the wrist bone. The next thing to take a look at is the fit across the chest and the stomach. So in the chest, you don't want a lot of extra fabric here to where it's hanging down saggy. You want it nice and fitted to the chest. If it's too tight, you might get that puckering look here where it starts popping out and really showing that the stress of it being too tight. The next is the stomach. Stomach, this is a little bit of a preference. Some people like to have it tighter than others. Again, what we're really going after is that natural silhouette of Nick here. So we want it tight enough to where it's pulling a little bit and there's a little bit of give here, but really you don't want a lot of excess fabric here, not in a tailored suit. The next question that we get is jacket length. Jacket length is a tough one because it is a little bit of a preference here. If you go too short, it'll throw everything off. If you go too long, it looks like you're wearing your dad's coat from the 80s. So what we're aiming here is balance between the top torso and the lower torso. And we tend to go a little bit shorter on our jacket to give it a little bit more of a modern length. What Nick's wearing right here is about the perfect length where you still get that modern look, but it's not too short to where it's throwing everything off. So that's the jacket. We'll go ahead and turn around. So across the back, you want it nice and smooth, very similar to his, and you want it to drape really nice too. So a lot of people don't realize that we actually take a seat measurement on the jacket to make sure that it drapes really nice down the back. Go ahead and turn around, Nick. And then moving down to the pants. So the pants are also a style preference, and this is where you could really blow everything if the pant length is too long or if it's just not matching your style. So if you're going with more of a tailored look, we tend to taper a little bit more from the thigh to the knee to the ankle. And the pant length is also something that we get questions often on. This is purely a preference. What Nick's wearing is a very slight break on his pant, which is more of a modern look. And what it does and why we like it is it doesn't create a lot of excess material down around the ankle because the entire suit is meant to look very nice and tailored. So when you're going shorter, you also want to make sure you're tapering or also to look kind of Pee Wee Herman or Michael Jackson on the length. If you're going longer and you want it to go over the shoe, then you release the taper a little bit so it actually slides over the shoe. So this is an example of how we tailor our suits. This is exactly what we're looking for in our suits. Nice and tailored, fitted in the shoulders. We look at sleeve rotation, we look at shoulder slope, we look at all the components of his body and we develop a template so that way it fits perfect. So here's an example of a perfectly fitted suit.